Alright, back at it for some Sunday arena and chill. And then we are awaiting some new events to drop in less than an hour. However, I'll come back and do a separate stream for that. I think I'm going to play some tower. But like I said, it is Sunday. And we need to get our arena rank back to the top bracket. And we get to test out the cool new build we built yesterday, if you saw my previous stream. Let's try doing these daily polls. Don't go overboard. Give me a break, mama. Looking good, looking good. By good, I mean not good. But we're here to play arena, so let's get to it. Who's around today? First thing, let's put up a defense deck. Now I'm wondering how my new deck will fare on defense. I guess we can just test it. Problem is, if I were coming up against this, I would make sure I have a good rush character, target A2 first, and then that would pretty much secure fights. Or the best counter, as we've seen, is to actually use the same weapon. Also, one of the EX spears as an AoE hit as well. It might be Argos though, and most people don't go for Argos. Actually, let's take a look. I want to know. I'm tempted to use I have just enough Zenith cubes and books to get EX Akeha. This is the one. Does it say whose it is? Oh, okay, so this will be Noel's, because it's sit if, and then this will be so it is Argos. Yeah. Maybe. Like I said, I'm being really careful with my Zenith cubes. Seems like anyone who posts the Reddit is further along than I am, even though I've been going pretty hard since day one. But I'm not a reset farmer, so. And it should be noted that you can expect a certain amount of drops from daily darks, but for the first 4 months of the game doing all my dark dailies, I think I only got 3 Zenith cubes in the first 4 months, and it wasn't until January all of a sudden they started dropping. Okay. So while I don't think that this meme deck is going to be great on defense, I'm going to put it up and then just check back in a few hours to see if people are losing to it or not. Here it is, and that's the one we're going to be trying out. Tried some battles earlier, and another situation came up where this deck just didn't work. I had 3... The other team had 3 people main-handing EX weapons, or some of them were EX weapons, and they were able to knock down my Baldi. And then, before A2 could even act, they knocked her down. So I came back with my favorite offensive build. That would be my go-to otherwise. And I was able to knock them out. So I might switch back and forth, and if things get hairy, I might even try some special builds to counter the exact deck I'm against. Let's go back here. Yes, this team. This has been very fun lately. And let's go for a challenge here. We'll go for this high force team here. Goal is to get to the top bracket, but maybe I'll even just keep going as far as I can go. Target someone tanky. That way her single target hit chews into Lavania's HP, and then the AoE hit finishes it and hopefully knocks the rest of them out as well. See how it goes. She's popping off. Very nice. And okay. Other A2 is standing. As long as I get my companion off, I should be fine. There we go. Alright, who's around? Stop by the chat, say hi. This is Sunday Arena and Chill, so we're relaxed today, just getting our arena rank back up and maybe having some chat. This team looks tough. Let's try them out. The water makes me suspect that they might have a New Year Baldy on the team. The 234th makes me suspect that Lars is main-handing his own sword. Let's try it out. I think I'm confident enough that I can get my winning streak back up. If I lose. Yeah, there he is. That's where the AoE comes in. I don't think it's going to be enough to knock them down, though. Oh, and by the way, earlier I put some more slabs on Baldy, but he's dying. Pretty cool. It knocked Gale out, at least. Oh, I was late on the companion. Need some luck here. Oh, how often do you see a character skill go off in Arena? That was ruthless. You're stopping by and watching and you're not subbed yet? I would love it so much if you threw a sub on the channel. I'm rallying for 50 followers so I can get my affiliate status. I think that's the only thing left out of the requirements that I need to meet. Ray. I would be so stoked if this was the same Ray that I used to play Mobius Final Fantasy with. We used to do the multiplayer with like raids in Mobius. And you had to make friends on Discord and all that, and that was a pretty fun time. You know? Unlike the, this game. It's player versus player, rather than players teaming up. I think the raids are a little more fun. But take what I can get. This is the game that I main, so... Hey, Zulverse is back. How's it going? And I'm sorry, is it Zulverse or Zulverse? How's the game going for you this week? Zol like soul? Alright, AoE. Knock. Yes. Yes. Alright, if you missed it, I made this build yesterday and I upgraded the EX Akeha weapon, which has an AoE hit, which in the current PvP meta is kind of necessary to counter some of the modern shenanigans. I'm climbing, so instead of trying to challenge myself with high force, I'm just going to go for the lowest rank.
I'll grind them into dust.
Also, if you missed the stream yesterday, I'm using the new Fire Subjugation Greatsword on Demos. And it buffs the living hell out of the fire damage for the whole party. A2 just wipes the floor. Yeah, okay, so the sword that A2 is using, that's the EX Akeha weapon, the dark weapon for Akeha. And both Akeha and the weapon are not going to be good in subjugation or for general bossing because both of them are AoE specific. But in this case, in the modern arena meta, and maybe in some towers for clearing the waves that have multiple enemies, the sword will be good for that. And it burns the enemy, so debuffs are always fun. Or ailments, whatever you want to call it. Alright, this is the lowest. Yeah, and if you haven't started grinding towards a character yet,
Enemy forces sighted.
I'd still recommend Lars and Lavania as your first. Probably Lars because pretty sure he's still the top damage dealer in the game.
What a pain.
You'll be very happy with him in both PvE and PvP. I gotta get that companion up faster. But this battle is won. A lot of people go for Gale first. And like I said before, Gale is really just good in arena because she's so fast. She is the fastest character and no one can touch her speed. Zolver says, I'm investing in A2 and Akeha. Pretty good choice, I would say. A2 for sure. She is right behind Lars in damage. And Akeha, in general, maybe you're talking about slabbing her. Oh, you have that mechanical assassin Akeha. Yep, good choice, good choice. And Zolver asks, the one with a mask on the head. What was I talking about? The dark characters? Are you talking about these two? Baldy and other Baldy? The fast unit would be Gale right here. It's very, very, very fast. She has, you see these characters? Here's the deal with EX characters. I have two of them. Their passives are always going to be the opposite, like a resist for the opposite element of the weapon they use. To make them beefier against, let's say he's bring in fire. He wants to be strong against wind. And then they always have a 40% buff, which is insanely high, but it's timed. It's only for 60 seconds. So his is critical hit damage, so you build up his crit rate. He's going to hit super hard. And his character skill also increases 100% more. 3 hits, 330. So he's the best way to hit high numbers in subjugation, etc. And Zolvers asks, is she on the banner right now? Not the, no, the dark characters you have to farm for. They're in-game and they're always there. So we can look at Lavanya too. His time buff is attack up for 40%. And then, of course, the light. So, okay, so Gale is going to have 40% agi for the 60 seconds. And then she already has a high base agi. Agility. That's speed in this game. So that's why she's the fastest and no one can touch her. However, sometimes my mechanical Akeha will outpace other teams' Gale. And Zolvers asks, can I farm her? Yes, exactly. That's what I'm saying. The fast Gale. So a lot of people get that Gale first. I skipped her. And asked if they're on the banner. So no, banner again. We have the Automata characters, and we still have the anniversary characters, which are a little more niche usage. So for a new player, I wouldn't be gunning for these unless you have an abundance of gems and you're thinking about maybe spending some money. Okay, back to arena. So, and let me just say, since you're new, and you're asking about farming dark characters, make sure you're first of all doing your dailies. You won't have all 3 yet. You'll have maybe just the first one, maybe the second one. Make sure you're clearing those for all the characters, but then you'll go here and farm the coin stages. Don't worry about the ticket. You'll get enough tickets from doing dailies. Coins are always good to farm because you're going to need to get the general mats. Like these. And then what you do to get her, you'll go and find her weapon. And again, I would advise getting Lars instead of her, but you know, it's all personal preference. Here's the Lars sword, so you would go here and start upgrading this. But let's look at Gale's because I do not have it totally maxed. And you'll go and start evolving it, and that's where you need to spend these crazy precious resource here, the Zenith Brilliance. It was well worth taking this weapon to stage 8. That's where it becomes 5-star, and then from there you can spend your other purple mats to ascend it and max the skills. And I think I've left 2 of these skills. That's one of the purple mats. Because I just wanted to max the passives. Yep, so that's how you... And then once you get these weapons to stage 11, then a quest will open up that... Well, you beat the quest, then you get the character. Alright, back to arena. And the whole dark character grind, that's kind of the... Not end game as in the battles are end game difficult, but that's really the end game, is getting... collecting those weapons, upgrading those weapons, collecting characters. But spend wisely, do your research. It can take a while to build up enough Zenith cubes.
I'll grind them into dust.
Okay, looking good. Just going for the lowest rank. Or highest rank, lowest number.
Enemy forces sighted.
You won't hit me.
Close.
Finish this, will you?
So this tends to be how these battles flow. If someone's left standing, the companion will take care of them. And hopefully my Baldy is still standing. And again, I'm repeating some of the stuff I said yesterday, but I have off-type weapons on my meme boys here so that they just kind of get out of the way and let A2 do all the attacking. But I have the subjugation sword, this brand new sword, which buffs the firepower for fire element. 200k. Oh, Zolfus asks, was that 200k? Yes, A2 is hitting 200k on her AoE hit. That's with the fire buff. It's so ridiculous. What's the lowest? This person. Granted, I have my A2 max ascended, and I have a decent amount of slabs on her. And I have some really beefy sub-weapons, and very well-rolled memoirs. All of that plays into her hitting those numbers. We can take a look at my loadout in a second. Slover says, I'm saving my gems for the special roll each month. And I believe you're talking about the Nier Day summons where you get books. And that's a good plan. I meant to share my my Nier Day pulls. They were so good, I couldn't believe it. 5 pulls and I landed 3 really good characters, 2 of them being new. And yes, maxing out your A2 is a very good plan. Yep, every 28th of the month, we'll get those Nier Day summons and you'll be able to get some books. And those books are very precious and they're worth it because you only have to spend 10,000 gems. You get 5 pulls out of the deal. So check it out. In my Nier Day pulls, I was able to land another copy of Lacrima Griff, who's one of the best characters in the game. Because he has a fire buff to himself with a really high base attack. It goes up to the 5,000s once he's max ascended. And then he buffs the whole party for attack. So he's great in arena. And then his character skill buffs the party's attack and reduces the cooldown. So he's great in subjugation as a support. He hits hard. He's awesome. So it's very stoked to get an ascension on him. And then I also pulled the new normal pool Noelle, who is very similar. She has a good beastly dark buff with high base attack. I think hers goes up to the 4,000s, which is still good. And then she buffs the whole party's agi. So she's good in arena. I'm not going to drop any books on her. I often will drop one set of books just to unlock them, but I'm really short on books right now. Then I also got the new Lavanya, who's the same deal. He's got a self-fire buff. He's got a crit buff, crit rates. And he is said to be one of the very strongest PvE characters. And lucky for me, since I chose EX Lavania as one of my first, actually he was my first EX, I have him pretty slabbed out. That is a lot of attack. I think you're talking about Lacrima Griff, yes. Especially with a 40% element buff. Base attack in the 5000s is insane when you add that buff. Anything else I was going to talk about? Oh, we were going to look at my loadout real quick. I'm just going to show you how my A2 is built for Arena. I tried to get her crit rate as high as possible. Luckily, I was able to do that without having to pull one of these maneuvers. Let's look at my Lars. So same build, but with Lars. And I have to use an off, I have to break my set and use an off memoir that has the crit rate main, because you can't get a crit rate main on all 3 out of a set. It only appears on 1 out of the set. But look at that, 100% crit rate. Very nice. The crit damage could be higher, but you know, remember that he has a timed crit rate buff of another 40, so I don't think that reflects here. Could be wrong. So since A2 has the crit rate passive, I could sacrifice that, and I actually kept Lars' weapon here so that I have a little bit of crit rate from my weapons, and then I could do a full cooldown set. And then of course all of these EX weapons have cooldown. Okay, back to Arena. Zulfer says, I like the system, but I'm so behind. Yep, the system is cool. I also am a fan of the game. And don't worry about being behind. Just be patient and, you know, don't expect to see high force numbers. Don't expect to see high subjugation clears for a little bit. Just roll with it and just go at your own pace. It'll all even out after time. Let's try this player. I have a JP account as well, and I'm in the same boat with my JP account. I only have a handful of good characters. I'm hitting C at best in subjugation, but I don't grind to that very often. That's pretty time consuming to
I'll grind them into dust.
play 2 accounts. Oh no! Gale already started chipping away at my A2. In 10 minutes we can check out the updates. But for this stream, I want to focus on Arena, and then I'm going to take a break to eat, come back, and do a second stream today where I play some Tower. The new Tower. I'm actually not sure if it's the same Tower we had, just with updates.
Finish this, will you?
But even so, we'll have a whole new set of levels and rewards. And we can try out some builds. Tower gets pretty interesting because you have to rebuild a loadout for every level. Also, Tower seems to be the only place where you have to bring a healer and get a little bit clever about the sustainability of your loadout. Where subjugation is just get in and see how much damage you can do. Arena is, you know, it is what it is. What it used to be was outpace everyone. Skill cooldown reduction. Now they introduced Demos and Baldi, and it really mixed up the meta. So now we're seeing main-handing EX weapons, using AoE skills. I kind of like that. Some people were mad that they mixed up the meta, but it seemed like it was the same people complaining. Hold on a second. The same people that were complaining that, you know, that it was all just outpacing in RNG. Because even if you had a good team that could outpace people... I'm not watching the battle, I'm trying to Watch all my gauges here.
Finish this, will you?
Tanky Noelle. She's not a very offensive threat. Okay, what was it saying? And Zulverse is just saying in the chat that they like to watch players like me that have been playing for a while and learn and just ask me. So no problem. Ask away. Ask anything you want. And the affinity, I think you're talking about elements. Yeah, everything is well thought out. So when I come here, I'm going to drop some BP recovery. I want to get my rank up now and then just check on it throughout the day. Make sure I'm in the top bracket when day changes at midnight, which is in about 6 hours from now. Luckily, I'm in the same time zone that the game is in, the game time. So when it's midnight in the game, it's midnight for me. West Coast, USA. Okay, let's see here. I feel like I was saying something earlier that I interrupted myself and can't remember what I was saying. Whatever. Okay. With this one, it looks like a tough team. Sometimes the force. See, my force is only 183, but this team is my team is a threat versus my other straight attack team. Or some of these attack teams, I'm at 224s. A little more specialized, but not quite as much of a threat or as much of a pain as this one would be with these two memes right here. All right, let's try this battle. And then after midnight, we'll have one more week of this season for Arena, at which point
Enemy forces sighted.
I might leave a strong defense deck up and see how far I can climb. See just how far this team will scale. And if I feel like I need to go all the way and get my Dark Akeha character, it'd be a little... Nice. She just wiped to the floor. Because you see what happens when they're able to get their hands on my A2. She goes down pretty quickly. She's more of a glass cannon character, and Slabs can kind of fix that a little bit, but she's not going to be as beefy as EX Akeha. The question is, which one hits harder? Because Akeha has a higher base attack. They both have the crit rate passive. But Akeha has one of her passives to resist wind, of course, whereas A2, her other passive is Vigor, which boosts attack. So that Vigor might actually boost her. Her base is only a few hundred different, so I think that Vigor might actually make A2 the one that hits harder. Once I get some more books, I'm going to start ascending my New Year Baldy a little more. And just make sure I always have a base of 40 books.
I'll grind 'em into dust.
Let's target Gale instead. Make sure I always have 40 books just in case I grab a dark character. I only want to grab a new dark character if I can max ascend them. Alright, Baldy is tanking like a beast. Like they just can't get his HP down. I love it. Beautiful, the AoE wiping the floor again. It's exactly how I want these battles to go. Lover says A2 supremacy. Indeed. Indeed. The only person that probably hits harder is Lars, but there are no good one-handed swords that have AoE yet. That'd be really cool if they introduced one with maybe the next EX character. Really curious what it's going to be. Always very excited to see. That's why I have a JP account, so I can, you know, if something new comes out, I can go for it. Try it out before it hits global. But being a free-to-play and casual, it's not always, you know, doesn't mean I can always get the new shiny thing in the game. There's that Bloodless Noel, or whatever, the new Noel with the dark boost. And the Agi buff, so that means this team is going to be possibly an issue. See how A2... Yeah, see, they're so fast, they're already knocking me down. I eliminated my Baldy. If I can just get my A2 to act. Whew. Nice. T-minus 2 minutes till the new events drop. Excited for Tower. I do enjoy Tower. It's a little time consuming to build your decks, but you know, it's like it feels like you're finally actually playing the game. There's so much of the game where you're just grinding on auto and just tap it, forget about it for a few minutes, tap it again. Where Tower feels like I'm really playing the game, you know? But same here with Arena. When you get a little higher, you have to focus, you have to tap the things in the right order, and yada yada. And then of course there's Subjugation. But Subjugation gets frustrating, man. They came out with the new updates, and I think they changed what the boss does. I could be wrong, but I'm struggling even to hit my old scores that I could previously hit. And I'll go in and tweak my loadout and put all this work into the loadout, and it should be way better, and I come back and it gets a lower score. So I still have yet to hit any triple S1. I feel like I've come really close, but I have not hit triple S yet, but I also have not tried. I've only tried on lights and wind so far. Because like I said, it's very time consuming. Alright, let's check out the new updates. Alright, we got a regular event here with a welfare Argo. I believe he's 3-star. Yeah, he's a 3-star, so whatever, no big deal. And the welfare weapon is a spear. What are these? Oh, there must be a new banner that goes with it in the banner weapons. Yep. Oh. All right, let's talk about this. This Argo, people hate Argo, but this is apparently one of the better units in the game. Let's see why. Again, base attack in the 5,000s with a 40% element buff. This time water. And then also a vigor buff. Attack 20%. Oh man, this is cool. This would be really good in Subjugation. We haven't had much of this, if not maybe just one character that does this so far, or maybe he's the first for global. I can't remember. But this is like a weaken debuff that makes the enemy receive more damage for that element, in this case water. 40%, that's a lot. So he's going to hit hard himself. He's going to be support for your other DPS. Tempted to maybe just try a YOLO for him, but let's look at what else we... Do we... Oh no, there's a new water sword coming up. One-handed sword. That's good for arena. No, I thought it might be in this banner. It's not. We have a staff with HP and water buff. Pretty cool. Self buff for pursuit. And a buff, party buff of attack. So really nice support spear. And once again, we're due for some good water weapons. A lot of people are weakest in their water for subjugation, so I would very much like to obtain this staff and use it on my new Rion, who also is a great support unit for water. And then we have a new water fist. Defense, water buff, self-heal, self-defense. So not... This would be a good sub-weapon for the water buff. Otherwise, I'm not too jacked on this weapon, but let's look at the cooldowns. 15, 19, not the greatest. Well, I'm on stream. How about I do a YOLO? I got some tickets. I'm not sitting pretty, though, for a pity if a new broken limited banner comes out. I'm not going to be in good shape. But I'm going to go for a YOLO here. Don't mind this. It's just a little superstition of mine. Pump the RNG a bit. All right, let's try it and see what we get. Well, I don't know. It was worth the gamble, I guess. I'm not doing any more, though. Nope. Pretty bad pull. Alright, let's get out of here. Okay, so we got a new banner. We got a new event. But the main thing I wanted to look at here is... It says 2, so I think this is a continuation of one we had before. So we have a new tower. Let's look at it in the quests. First, we'll look at the exchange for the new regular event. And yeah, it's just a new 3-star character, 3-star spear. Oh, I'm very happy about this, though. I want those large slabs. I might be able to, well, come close to finishing my Lars panel. Oops. $25. 80. 110. 140. Yeah, no, okay, I'm not that close to finishing, but another 50 will be very welcome. And then let's look at the tower and see if it's... Yeah, it's a return of one we've had before. I already... Oh, cool. Looks like I maxed this one out with the exception of... Oh, no. Okay. I should easily be able to do that now. Can't remember the date that we had this before, but maybe... Yeah, look... Yeah, no, I didn't even... This was earlier and my account wasn't that great yet because I couldn't even finish this when we first got it. So I am in for some new rewards. Some nice purple mats, some books. I did clear all of the, you know, what was worth getting before, so at least I did that. Cool. Like I said, I'll come back on a separate stream later to play some tower. This stream is all about arena and chats. So let's see if we can regain the top bracket, then I'm going to take a break to eat and come back.
I'll grind them into dust.
Not good. Not good. They happen to target A2. Just bad RNG. We do not want her to fall. The run will fail, most likely. Good thing Baldy's holding his own pretty well. And now A2 gets to act finally. Gale should go down. Oh, no, it was the opposite.
Finish this.
A companion will finish her off. Nice. Zolverse, what part of the world are you in? Stamina pots, nice. Two wind users means I'm going to avoid them like the plague. I don't feel like rebuilding Baldy with the different elements. He is weak against wind.
I'll grind.
Uh-oh, they have the combo too. So this battle is going to go on forever. Because we're all going to be weakened. Chipping at each other. Chipping at each other's Baldies. But good thing I got the AoE. Yep, there we go. We're weakened. And they're just going to chip at him and do nothing. We're going to see some character skills go off. Oh no, they took mine out.
Finish this, will you?
Oh gosh. Oh, come on. Oh, I'm gonna waste my character skill. Baldy. Okay, let me act, please. Me. Come on. And. Woo! That was pretty fortunate that she, look at her HP, she held her own pretty well. I think it was luck that she just didn't get hit. Let's go to the history and take note of who that was. Marks. No, that's defense. 1 hour ago. I think that was before I changed my deck. Robot. Alright, mental note. Don't fight Robot anymore. Okay. We're 20, bro. So I am rallying for affiliate status here.
Let's get started.
If you're watching and you haven't subbed yet, a sub would be much appreciated. And the other thing is I need to get multiple people chatting. I'm sure these things will come with time. Also, I don't play very popular games, and I don't stream at very good times. I'm always streaming. Well, weekends, this is a pretty good time, I guess, but often I'm not available to stream until like after midnight. And I'm kind of a night owl. I stay up all night. I'm a musician, you know. I'm not a 9 to 5 or an office type person, corporate. In fact, this year I was able to step away from my job because my own business is doing well enough at the moment. Knock on wood. So I'm enjoying life, trying to get expand my horizons, get into streaming. So starting off with gaming, and then I might transition into streaming music stuff. Zolver says that Gale is gorgeous. Yep, that's the one I'm talking about. That's the dark, the EX Gale that you can farm. The one that's very, very fast, faster than anyone. She does look very cool. I'll end up getting her later on. I want to wait to see what the new one-handed sword user is going to be. I'm hoping it's the new girl protagonist from season 2.
I'll grind them into dust.
They gave a little bit of a teaser by posting an image that had the new protagonists, and they were both holding swords. It looks like maybe the boy is a great sword user and the girl is a one-handed sword user. I'm really curious what she's going to be. Oh god, they nuked me. Oh no, I'm dead. Alright, so they had a similar build. They were able to... Problem was, one of their wind users was able to knock my Baldy down. And their A2 also had the EX Akeha weapon. I want some redemption on that. And I think it's going to take me outpacing them, so I'm going to try this team. And I'm going to target A2 first to just get her out of there. You know what? I'm just going to experiment here. I'm going to try to main hand the umbrella with Akeha so that she can do some weakness damage against A2. Because she's going to rush in and hit first, hopefully. Silverus asks, is it worth trying to play on Japan? It doesn't hurt. You could always make a... what I do... I don't know if you use iPhone or Droid, but for me on iPhone, I had to make a separate Japanese iTunes account, and you can Google like some tutorials on it, and they say like, here's an example you can put for address and all that kind of stuff. And then I have to log out of my app store and then log into the Japan one. Then you can get Japanese apps on here. Let's see if this... Okay, I changed her weapon, by the way. We're gonna go back. If you're on Droid, I do this. Let's see if I can... This is showing up. Oh no, I have it on a different one. But you have to get something called QApp, QOOAPP, and then you can get all of the Japanese apps there. Is it worth it? Sure, why not? You could just get it if you got any spare time, kind of grind through the story. And then what's cool about that is you can reroll for a new character if you just want to try that character out. And if you're using BlueStacks emulator, you can make different instances and get a different account on each if you want to try out. You know, like my JP account, I went for the normal pool Staryu just because I thought she looked cool. So I'm not going meta on that account. Okay. All right, we're going to try this player again. We have my Rush character mechanical assassin Akeha with the water weapon maining, and let's just see how it goes. I want some redemption on this loss here. So you think the meme build is just bulletproof, but, you know, people have started to counter it. Alright, go in, do your thing, combo it. Oh, she only hit twice. It might take another attempt. But I got pure offense build, everyone's here to do damage. And Lars is cleaning the floor, and Lavanya finishes it. So, redemption obtained. Zolverse asked, are there enough people on NA? I think so. NA meaning global, right? Alright, all light team. Let's go back to our meme build. If you're watching this on YouTube later, I'm going to try streaming directly to YouTube soon. I just checked it out and I have to wait 24 hours.
Let's get started.
For live streaming to be activated. Don't know why. But for a game like this, I think YouTube is definitely where there are more viewers interested. I do want to expand my Twitch streams to different types of games. I really like Metroidvanias. Oh, they have demos, and that's why this is taking so long, and it's painful. Oh my god. Let's target Lavanya next. Oops. Meant to do this fire buff next. And I got a character skill queued up. I'm pretty sure nobody is going to survive A2's character skill. Zolverse asks, are leaderboards connected with Japan? Global leaderboards? No, they're not. Totally separate. Yeah. Oh, I made it, by the way. I'm just above the bracket, just above 46,000 top bracket, which means this. Oh, no. It means this. It means I get the maximum for weekly rewards. And I want as much of those coins as possible, so I always make sure I'm here. We have a little bit more BP to spend. And just gotta get that win streak back up. Probably, let's try this one. So that's Christmas Lavanya. He has a party buff of, I think, just attack. Let's see how we do. Thank you for the congrats, Zolverse.
I'll grind them into dust.
They have a Baldy too, so I'm gonna be chipping away at him.
You won't hit me.
But A2's acting already, which is very nice, and she started cutting into him pretty well. Finished the job. We got both left standing with hardly any HP left. Looks like things are in my favor here. There we go. Oh, she's not dead yet. I thought. Oh man, celebrate too soon. So I'm out of BP. I've regained the top bracket. That was my goal for this stream. Like I said, oh, we'll watch this real quick. Yeah, plenty of events. Yes, yes, yes. Man, that Argo is beast. And that's just what we need right now is better water damage and water support all in one. He's very, very, very good. All right, like I said, that's all I wanted to do for this stream. Zolvers, thanks so much for dropping in the chat. That's what we're all about with our Sunday Arena and Chill, just regaining our arena bracket and chatting. And then, like I said, I'm going to come back in maybe an hour or so and play some towers. So, look out for my next stream. And no problems, Zolvers, for the help. Come by anytime and ask questions. That's what I'm all about. See you soon.